Let's talk big channel giveaways, video plans past and future, and some new ways to support Auspex tactics in Australia or the USA. Time for a channel update including this month's giveaway, 3 chances to win a custom army for 10th edition 40k. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're doing the monthly channel update, talking about videos from the past month, what's going to be coming up next, winners of the Leviathan giveaway and an equally big one the month after, and a couple of new gaming stores in the USA and Australia that you can buy miniatures from to support the channel if you should wish to. As always, videos come first though. I feel like I say this just about every month, but May's been a massively busy month on the channel. Looks like over the past 31 days I seem to have published 75 videos. Looks like we're hovering between 2 and 3 a day. There's been quite a lot of Warhammer to talk about. A lot of these haven't exactly been short ones as well, with all the faction focuses and massive great big leaks of the core rules. I suppose this is about as big as Warhammer news ever gets, with 10th edition coming out, and Games Workshop playing the steady drip feed game, giving us more and more information about the new rules for the armies, rather than letting everything go in an enormous content drop all at once. We've had the full leaked core rules, then followed up by the official release, pretty much a month of previews with the faction focus videos, and then over the past weekend or so, enormous datasheet drops with the stream game. We got a whole load of details on Demons, Death Guard, Eldar and Astra Militarum. Feel free to check out the videos if you give them a search on the channel. I have quite enjoyed starting out with a How to Play Warhammer 40k series as well. It's something I never really quite got around to in 9th edition, just because I felt like it hadn't really changed enormously from 8th edition. I feel like I'm going to try and keep on working on that on the back burner when I get a chance, though things have certainly been a bit on the hectic side recently with all Games Workshop's news. Finally, I really enjoyed that fun collab video with Bricky over the weekend. Collab style videos are something I haven't really done all that much on the channel. I found they just tend to take up a fair bit of time and headspace, mainly just trying to work out what you're doing in the first place and mesh with the other person's style. This did seem like a really great opportunity though. We've both been covering the faction focus videos, and doing a big roundup of that was really quite fun. And obviously a massive thank you for Bricky for taking the time out to make that possible. With a bit of luck I might be making an appearance on one of his channels at some stage in the future. Looking forward though, over the next few weeks I can't see myself being any less busy. We may have the core rules for 40k, and perhaps the headline acts big rules for each faction, though we've still got around about 1,000 odd datasheets of Warhammer 40k content to come. Apparently Games Workshop are going to be bringing these out somewhat piecemeal rather than an absolutely enormous index download, and according to that leaked schedule that Mr. Valrak had over on his channel, the points cost might be coming out fairly late in the day there, which is going to be kind of annoying for making reviews of indexes and things. It's just hard to understand them meaningfully without the points cost and how they fit together in an army. I'll probably just keep up going along reviewing the datasheets as we get them, then when we finally do get the points values, we can cycle back and take a look at them once more. I will be trying to make at least something interesting for each faction in Warhammer 40k as we go forward, and when we know the points we can maybe start thinking about some tier lists perhaps. I'm sure I'll have plenty of other new units coming to review as well, and then impending Space Marine and Tyranid codexes shortly after that. Otherwise, I'll be aiming to continue with my How to Play series, and one of the videos that should be dropping in the nearest future is a bit of speculation as to what comes next for the Space Marines, their follow-up releases after Leviathan and for their codex. Giveaways next, and the June giveaway is for 6 copies of the Leviathan box set. I can now announce that the winners of that are Isaac Fagner, someone called Quarks but spelt with a 4, Richard Peden, the snappily named user hashtag 338DF421, Johnny Two-Tank, and Georg Schultz. I've just sent you guys messages either via Patreon, Facebook or Subscribestar, so if you let me know a delivery address, then I'll have the box in the post, obviously as soon as I receive it, looking like that's going to be the 24th of June now from Games Workshop's recent announcement. For the next one with a new edition, I feel like a lot of people are going to be looking forward to starting new armies, so I thought that's exactly what we'd do for the July giveaway. This one's going to be for 3 copies of a custom Warhammer 40k army, a fairly large number of kits from a faction of your choice. For the July giveaway, I thought for something a bit different, we'd do an entire army of Warhammer 40k given away. 3 different people can design a new Warhammer 40k army from a faction of their choice. The budget for each army will be £300 from Games Workshop's UK web store. That equates to around about €400 or $500 worth of models. Pick your army and then pick the kits that you'd like from Games Workshop. I'll order them in and then post them out to you wherever you might be in the world. It can be combat patrol box sets, characters, battle line troops, whatever you fancy. I feel like this way at least it makes it pretty guaranteed to be usable to just about everyone. As per normal for the Auspex Tactics giveaways, there's 2 equal ways to enter, both of them linked down in the video description. Either support the channel on Patreon for any amount for automatic entry each month, It is what also allows me to keep on doing this as my main thing and keep all the videos coming. You can also enter completely for free as well and support the channel via social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, and then to actually enter the draw you do so on the 1st of July. A giveaway post appears on the Facebook page. Reply to that post with a picture of any 40k miniature or imagery with your name and the date handwritten within the same picture. The picture bit's just to help defeat Facebook bots and spammers and ensure that the prizes go to real hobbyists. Then when all the entries are in, both Patreon and Facebook, I do the draw with a random number generator and the result is announced on the channel update video on the 4th of July. I'll get in contact with the 3 winners. You can tell me which kits that you'd like from Games Workshop and I'll send off the bundle to you wherever you might be in the world. There'll be future big giveaways like this every month, so feel free to check out the Patreon page or the Facebook page linked down in the video description. I'll most certainly keep these coming. Finally, with other channel admin type announcements, I'd also just like to mention that I've partnered with a couple of new affiliate stores in the USA and in Australia, basically discount stores to get a little bit off Warhammer 40k models over and above what Games Workshop sell them for. For quite a while now on the channel, I've had an affiliate link for Element Games here in the UK. They usually do 15% off most Games Workshop Warhammer miniatures, and the general idea is that I have the link down in the video description. You click the link, and if you buy anything through them, you save a bit of money on Games Workshop's miniatures, and also a small amount of the sale helps to support Auspex tactics without costing you any more when you buy stuff. I always see it as a fairly nice way to help support the channel on miniatures that you might have picked up anyway. Over the months and years, to be honest, quite a lot of people have got in touch asking if I could try and partner with some other stores around the world, as Games Workshop limits where certain stores like Element Games ship to, and then Brexit tariffs and things also mean that there's a big markup in the EU for buying from Element Games due to the new trade rules. It's been something that I've taken quite a long time about getting around to, but I have recently signed up to a similar sort of deal with Noble Knight Games in the USA, generally a store that I've heard a whole ton of good things about over from you guys over there, and they typically tend to give around about 8 to 10% off Games Workshop's merchandise, so again can be a way to save a bit of money. They also seem to have rather a large pre-owned model section in their store, which is kind of interesting. Could be an option to save a little bit more, or pick up some pre-built models to allow yourself to get things on the table quicker. Again, that works in much the same way as Element now. Click on the link down in the video description, and if you happen to buy anything after doing so, then a small amount goes to help support the channel at no extra cost to you. Finally, and more recently, I've also got in touch with Gap Games over in Australia. Again, they're a store that I've heard pretty much nothing but good things about, probably in no small part due to having 21% off really quite a lot of Games Workshop's plastic kits out there, particularly relevant to the very price-hit Australians who tend to have massive markups compared with the rest of the world for Games Workshop's products. I shared the news of that on a channel post just the other day, and there was quite a big outpouring of good feeling towards the store, which is definitely a good sign. Someone seemed to mention that they also ship to New Zealand as well. Not sure what the delivery costs would be there, but again might be something to look into due to the discounts, I guess. Otherwise, I've certainly had a lot of people ask for places in Canada and the EU as well. Feel free to give me any recommendations down in the comments below. And as always, a massive thank you to any of you guys who do support the channel by clicking on the link before you pick things up from these places. Along with the Patreon page, it's one of the main things that keeps me doing what I do. I'd find it harder to make 70 plus videos a month if I had a full-time job. In any case, really looking forward to breaking down these indexes when they start to drop. I feel like we're going to have a pretty hefty deluge of Warhammer 40k content over the next few weeks, and I'm looking forward to covering it in as much detail as I have time to. Feel free to check out the Patreon and the affiliates in the video description below, or otherwise if you've got any other suggestions or ideas for improving the channel, please let me know down in the comments. This video is a pretty good place to do so. A massive thank you to all you guys watching out there, and certainly looking forward to another month of fun stuff on the channel. I certainly hope to see all you guys next time.